I told you guys last night I was happy with Voyage of Ice and Fire, but when you're going in with a horse that you think is that good, that you really, really like, finishing fifth in a maiden with 3-year-olds that are inferior horses in your mind, it's tough. It's hard to quantify that, right? Experience does count, and getting a horse behind the gate for the first time against horses that have a lot more experience, sometimes that's how it looks. And I left it alone. I made a video today saying, I'm only human. Sometimes my expectations get a little bit elevated sometimes, and had to really take a look at the video a couple more times to realize, listen, the horse did everything perfectly. He trotted in 59. We have a 2-year-old trotting colt. His first lifetime start on a half-mile track, 1:59. Very happy. Secretly, maybe in my mind, I was waiting to see how Massive Profit did. These are colts that wear very similar gear. They wear, everything is very similar about them. Their gait, their attitude, the way they approach their work, their speed, very, very similar colts. So I was interested. But these colts were also colts that went fast miles 10 and 11 now. Today, 11 days ago. And then really only trained singles in between. So a mile and a half for Massive Profit on Saturday. A couple of mile and a halves for Voyage of Ice and Fire in that time frame. But no miles in 2 minutes, 59. Didn't get a chance to do that. And I didn't really know. I mean, that's the first thing that stuck out in my mind. But was it? Was that the reason? Or is that all they can go right now? I guess I'd be a little heartbroken if that was the case, but still, very effective horse even at that speed. So what are they like? I was interested to see what Massive Profit was going to do. Now, it cooled off this afternoon and got very windy, so I knew they weren't going to be a similar mile. Ronnie ran the front end with maiden trotter, and I felt the same thing tonight. So although he didn't look explosive tonight, he felt the same way Voyage of Ice and Fire felt. Listen, we've been wrong in the past about horses, but we're here now. These are very nice colts, both of these colts, and for them to act so much similar, it actually was a breath of fresh air to know that I just don't think they were tightened up and they didn't have to be. This wasn't a stake race. Make no mistake. If they're racing for 40, 50,000 tonight, they trained 4 days ago on the race bike hard. But we didn't have to. They're going into a $7,000 maiden to learn their job. Both of them A-pluses across the board. Did their job very, very well. Just wasn't as sparky as I thought they'd be, and that was because we didn't train them hard. But I don't really know, do I want to train them hard like that going into a maiden? It seems a little silly, right? So very happy with what I saw when it was all said and done. Massive Profit looked great tonight. Voyage of Ice and Fire looked great yesterday. They looked very, very similar. So happy with that. I gave you talked about this today about Perfect Record made a break. We're going to bring him back now. That's a tough shipping lane, right? From Saratoga to Northfield, it's 8 hours plus. So we couldn't get a truck back right away. So Mark Beckwith was kind enough to say, hey, you know what? He made a break on me. Let me qualify him and at least get him off the list for you at Monticello on Wednesday. So that's very kind of him. Hopefully he does qualify and everything goes well. Stonebridge Acadi today, we found out that his knees are still a little open. A couple little lines in that right knee. We're going to shut him down. I'm glad Mario was very lucky that Mario found that when he did. He probably could have qualified him, probably could have trained him, probably could have raced him. If he could have, that little line might have turned into a full-blown fracture, and it could have really set him back, not just this year, but his career. Now he's going to miss most of the summer because of it. But if his knees aren't ready, they're not ready. I would rather know that they're not ready and adjust it and adjust our schedule for him accordingly to make sure that we have the best form of Stonebridge Acadi because he's just starting out. So was happy, obviously a little bittersweet, but very happy that we found it. We found an issue there. We'll give him the time to get over that. Same type of thing, looking at time in the stall, time in the pool. We'll have him back in the fall, no big deal. What else? We got a big week coming up. Some horses at Mohawk and Georgian tomorrow. Wednesday, it gets super busy around here. 6 horses in here. We also have Procrastinator and Confederate Cruiser in together. Before everybody gets their panties in a knot, I'm going to tell you right now, I don't think I can beat Confederate Cruiser from post 1 with post 7 with Procrastinator, and I'm not going out there to beat Confederate Cruiser. I'm going out there to judge, is this the horse we bring to the stake race, to the next generation, or do we look at other options? And that's what I'm looking for on Wednesday. I don't need him to go out winning 55 or 56. I just need him to go out and look the way he did. Having said that, we got a little mouse on the rail that can go as fast as a car. I think, You got a horse like Confederate Cruiser down to Scioto and get him stretched out with what we all know will be a crazy fast mile on July the 2nd, it could be bad for a horse like him, and I don't want to hurt that horse. He's done everything so well and looks so good. Why don't we let him grow and mature? It's a non-starter. I don't think it makes any sense to take Confederate Cruiser to the next generation. The other colt is a bigger, stronger colt right now. Not faster on a half-mile track, but we're not racing the next generation. If we're racing the next generation here, this is a totally different conversation. But we're not. We're going down to a 5/8 where you know they're going to rock. And I want to make sure that we have a horse to rock in it. So I want to gauge how this horse feels this week. Now, I did not make the same mistake. He did train this morning on Monday, because even though it's 7 days back, I want to make sure he's on his toes on Thursday. This is a little different situation. He's going into the next generation very soon, whereas we can put, we will train Voyage of Ice and Fire very hard on Saturday. He'll be on his toes for the next generation the following week, so on the Friday. So Wednesday, we're after, I want to have a look at Procrastinator and Confederate Cruiser. I'm pretty sure I already know what's going to happen with him. He'll probably win the race. Truthfully, he'll probably look good, and he'll probably be brimming with confidence. My job is not to break the confidence of Procrastinator and take a look at what we have heading into potentially that race. That's number one. That's my girl moving up in class. Still eager to see what she's going to have. The little filly, I'm a Lovely Lady, secretly just keeps punching the cash register every single week, has not missed the board. Just turned into a real nice filly. What else we got? Purple Aura is racing on Wednesday again. Gonna have a look at her. Her stablemate is racing Thursday in a short field with colts. That's just as dangerous as 3-year-olds sometimes. Of Tom is racing in Scioto on Thursday, but back to Wednesday. Who else do we got? Don't want to miss anybody. I know we have 6. Plus we have one My Heart Hanover. I couldn't make it to the Meadows and back in time, so Hunter Myers, who schooled her last week, is going to drive one My Heart Hanover on Wednesday. Just trying to think of who else we got. The first one is the Procrastinator Confederate Cruiser. That's 2 horses. That's My Girl is 3. I'm a Lovely Lady 4. Path of Totality is in also that night. I'm missing one horse, but it'll come to me. Thursday's another big day. Now tomorrow, Tuesday, I'm going to the Meadows. Back it up till Tuesday. Going to the Meadows to qualify Unbeatable Kemp, Harvard Yard, and Taiwan On. They all go tomorrow. They're shipping down in the morning. I want, this is important also, I want to see the shipping habits of these horses. Are they stressed out? Are they sweated up when they get off the trailer? Did they ship easily? These are important things, and especially for the horse I'm going to talk about next, which is Bomb Hugger. We got her in at the Meadows. She's going to race on a half-mile track all year in New York. We already know she can get around a half, like a little hoop around a barrel. I was happy to get her in at the Meadows. She's in with maidens, 3-year-olds. The 2-year-old one didn't fill, but you know what? She'll fit just fine at the Meadows in that maiden. She's training tomorrow for Jason. What I want to see is, how does she ship? Does she wash out? Does she get nervous? Because the next one is 8 hours plus to Saratoga, and that will be the telling sign of how long before the race does she have to go down. I think it's July the 6th. So do we send her down on the 2nd, which I want to do? Or do we send her down further out and train her down there? I know there's a lot of older horsemen out there going to say, get her down there and get her acclimated. Listen, our horses by now, they could drive the truck and trailer. They're not that worried about new racetracks and new scenes. Bomb Hugger, the first time I trained her, she was here a day and trained great here at Northfield Park. So I'm not worried about the acclimation to the track, but I am worried about how she ships. If she's nervous for 8.5 hours, I want her down there 8-9 days before. If she ships fine Thursday to the Meadows, that means we can ship her down the 4 days that I want to. Just go easy with her. I would like to, in a perfect world, train her hard. 5 days out, run fluids into her, ship her down, run more fluids into her, and just jog her leading up to the race. That would be perfectly suited for the schedule that I have mapped out for Bomb Hugger. Also on Thursday, who else we got? White Tiger, Bomb Hugger, Mama Knows Best is racing she's going to make a little appearance at the Meadows, so that's cool. I'm missing a horse again, like I usually do. And then, who the hell is it? Bomb Hugger's in the maiden. White Tiger's in. It's not West 52nd. Missing someone. And then of Thomas racing that night, her first lifetime start. Again, this is the same ship she's going to have to likely make on July the 2nd. So let's see how that turns out. So a lot going on this week, a ton going on. It's getting really crazy also right now. You see I'm missing horses. That's going to happen all summer. We have so many to race. We're lining up the fairs for Monday and Tuesday, 2 hours from here, closer to Delaware, in Marion, Ohio. We are going to race 3 on the Monday and 3 on the Tuesday. I believe, don't get me wrong, don't quote me. Gray is the New Red is going Monday to Marion. She's going to be joined by Luck of the Dragon. You don't have to qualify to race in the fairs. Luck of the Dragon is going to the fair on Monday for his first ever time outside of a schooler behind the gate. And then who's the other horse? Can't think of it right now. We have another horse. Must be a 2-year-old trotting colt, 2-year-old pacey trotting filly. Anyway, we have 3 going on Monday. You Gotta Believe is a trotting colt that is going Granite Hill. Those 2 are going for sure. The trotting fillies, it looks like Isa 10 is going to make an appearance in Marion, Ohio. I'm going to hide this filly for a while. Don't get down on Isa 10. Don't think for a second that she somehow was exposed as not being fast. Quite the contrary. She is as fast as any filly we have. But now that she's accelerating, she is interfering a little bit. I want her confidence kept up. I'm going to hide her for a little bit. Isa 10 is heading to the fair in Marion. And the other filly, it's bugging me now. The other filly is, 1, 2, skip a few. So I'm missing 1 horse. We have 3 one day and 3 the next. 2 trotting colts, 2 trotting fillies. That's 4. Luck of the Dragon is 5. And the gray horse is 6. How did I screw that up? I don't know. Anyway, that's what's going on this week, all the way up to Monday, Tuesday. A lot going on. We still have horses raced. We're entering Prairie Fire and a maiden here on Saturday. Just a ton going on. I hope you guys are having a good day. I hope you had a great weekend. We'll talk to you all very, very soon.